Welcome to Lifestone TV. We cover personal development and so much more. I'm Marcel. In this video, I want to talk about how to deal with toxic people. Let's get right into the video. Toxic people, aka energy vampires, are inevitable. Everyone has to deal with them, right? And it's all a matter of how you decide to take them on. And that really disarms their power. So whenever you have a bad day and whenever you're in that predicament is when you have to take action and really flip the script. And it's hard to do because naturally as people, the second we have a bad day or something bad happens to us, we want to give off more negativity, right? Someone's nasty to us, we want to be nasty back. Someone is rude, we want to be rude back, right? And when you do that, you're really falling into that momentum and causing even more negativity to happen. So maybe a bad day turns into a couple of bad days, a bad week, a bad month, a bad year. Like that's, and then your mood starts to play a part with this, and your personality starts to shift into more of a negative mindset. And every time you engage in a negative, low energy vibration like that, you're just attracting more of that. So commit an act of kindness, because when you do something really good for someone, that energy is rubbing off on you now. And kindness and giving is quite selfish in a way, because you are really creating that energy loop. So whenever you have a bad day, whenever something bad happens to you, you have to really combat that and take control and tell the universe, hey, like, this is happening, I'm gonna take control. And even though this is trying to influence me and trying to make me be negative, I'm not gonna fall into it. And I always tell myself, like, whenever I have a bad thought, I combat it with a positive affirmation. Whenever something doesn't go to my ideal expectation and it's optimal. So whenever, like, things that are out of your control, things that just happen, unfortunate events, right? You don't get along with someone, you go on the subway and shoves you to try and get in the cart because it's so squashed, or just gives you a look that you don't agree with. A lot of people don't realize how powerful our eyes are. Our eyes, they give off so much energy, and it really is the seat to the soul. So without even speaking to someone, just by looking at someone, you can really give them a message. And this goes both ways, negative, positive. So if you ever look at someone and maybe they give you a look where, you feel it in your solar plexus and you're just like, oh, like, I did not like that look, that look gave me a feeling of unsafety and gave me a warning of undesirability and, AKA like a dirty look, right? If you give that dirty look back, you're like having that song and dance now. And you're really engaging in that negative energy, and that is just dropping you down in consciousness. So if you really want to, like, have a high consciousness and have a barrier to toxic people, to bad vibes, to a bad day, you really have to stay at a high level of consciousness. And every time you engage in a negative thing, such even a look or gossiping, or, talking under your breath, oh, I hate that guy, like things like that, that is lowering you every step, like every level again. So then you have to restart and rebuild your high consciousness again, and then start from there. So you really have to think to yourself, I'm in control of myself, right? Even though these outer things are happening, these people are being negative to me, toxic to me, saying things to me, in the end of the day, I have control on how I respond to life and how I react to those things that are being thrown at me. And in the end of the day, I have control of my energy. So an affirmation that I always use when in the morning, if I'm waking up and just thinking about, like, oh, that reminds me, I have to face this person today that I just don't like their energy. And then from there it spirals into, oh, and then this is going to happen. And then you start playing out scenarios and making assumptions, and you just start to feel very scared, right? How I deal with that is I will say an affirmation, but it's more than that. and I'll teach you guys how I really build up my force field now, and my energy. So the affirmation is, I am in control of the energy I allow in. I keep my energy safe and radiantly glowing. So you're really visualizing your energy as like a white shell, like around you, white light all around you, and a force field just protecting you at all times. And even if your mind is wandering, you're still within that, and you're reminded that you're safe within that force field and you're protected. A crystal that I have found so much power in and relief in regards to just feeling so unsafe. I really like that word unsafe when I'm talking about energy vampires, because guys, listen, as much as people want to tell you that everyone has a good heart, everyone is good, everyone has good intentions, we're all one. And yeah, to a point, yes, but there are vicious, evil people out there, and you cannot not have boundaries with these people. You have to be assertive. You have to put your foot down. You have to let them know, like, hey, I'm not going to be an easy target for you. I'm not going to be manipulated by your ways. And, you know, maybe when they were born, they had a really good heart, and maybe they can change. Of course, everyone can change, right? There's been times where you and I have done mean things probably to people that we didn't think was a big deal, right? You know, like if you have a bad day, the easiest thing to do is to just transfer that energy off to someone innocent, right? You have a bad day, you go to the supermarket and someone gives you an attitude, so now you have their energy, and now you want to just let go of that energy. You just let it go to someone else, right? And I'm not saying that's a good thing. That's a very bad thing. But everyone has done something to their mom, to their boyfriend, to their husband, to their daughter, wherever, whoever, right? And it's more of like, I need to release this energy, right? And when going through a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, you don't have to play along with it, is what I'm saying. You have a choice. And I want anyone watching this video to realize you have a choice. Just because someone is rude to you, just because someone is nasty to you and they have this mood and this attitude about them, that doesn't mean you have to mirror them and play along with them and engage in that negativity. That doesn't mean that you have to kill it with kindness either. That doesn't mean that you have to even react. I feel like the best thing to do with toxic people, energy vampires, is just to not even give them any kind of thoughts at all, and not even give them the light of day that you even care that they exist, as harsh as that sounds. But for people that you know, that they have shown you who they are, right? They have shown you many times who they are, and you have been hurt by these people multiple times, and you already understand that, hey, there's nothing I can do that's gonna make this person treat me the way I should be treated. You have to block these people out of your life. You have to create those force fields. And sometimes a lot of people say, don't surround yourself with these people. Well, what if it's a coworker? What if it's your boss, right? You have to go to work, right? So every time you see these people, like for instance, for me, I have a doorman in my building that I just do not like at all. And I'm sure he doesn't like me either, because, you know, even though we don't say it to each other verbally, we definitely say it to each other with our energy. And when you have people in your life that you have to see constantly, and even if you don't talk to them, right, there's a transferring of energy. When you have that blockage there, when you have that aura, that super strong aura of like, hey, you're not going to poke at me, you're not going to prod at me and get your way and try to drag me down to your level. You're just not. And the best way that I've found to do this is to just constantly have a high vibration, because that's a barrier. So you're probably wondering, how do I always have a high consciousness? And how you do that is by not engaging in these low consciousness activities and energies. And it sounds really simple, right? But how many times a day do you catch yourself cursing in your mind, or you know, saying, oh my god, I hate this person, or you know, like anything negative, you start gossiping on these people, like, oh, who does she think she is? And you know, you just have, those are low vibrational activities. So as long as you're doing that, you're not gonna gain any more height in your higher consciousness scale. You're not gonna get higher in consciousness by doing that. And I found that whenever I have a bad day, guys, whenever you have a bad day, literally, it will change the whole trajectory of your day. You spill your coffee, you lose your wallet, whatever, the worst day ever, right? It just starts off so bad. Literally, like, help someone get up the stairs with their luggage, hypothetically speaking, you know, like, help someone. There's a friend that's reaching out to you that, like, wants to go grab lunch and you're always blowing them off. Go out to lunch with them. Listen, you don't always have to, when I say commit an act of kindness, the first thing I feel like people will think about is like giving to a homeless person, giving to like a third world country, or like donating money to Africa, and that's all great. But what about the people in your circle right now that need your help? Why not keep it local? Why not keep it right there, right? I feel like, you know, as much as we want to help everyone else around us, when was the last time you helped the person that is helping you, right? Like, my biggest support system is my husband, right? So if I'm having a bad day, I want to see, well, how am I going to make my husband's life better today? What can I say? What can I do? Think about your inner circle. Think about the people closest to you, you know, because that's also going to help you a lot with your bad day and just shifting out of that mindset. So yeah, so I think I covered a little bit of this, and there's so much more I want to talk about, but I'm gonna keep it at this length of a video. I could talk forever about this, but I want you guys to comment below, and I want you guys to let me know, like, the biggest takeaway I want you to have from this is realizing that you have a choice. Just because your day, don't let your day run you. Yes, don't let your day run you, all right? You can change the mood of your day anytime you want, guys, all right? And I love people that are just so optimistic, and I try and be more optimistic too, and I feel that I am, and I love that about myself, that I'm being more optimistic, and you know, you just let things roll off of you, you know? Oh, okay, well, so what? You know, don't overthink things, don't make it bigger than it is, you know? Back in the day, I used to say, well, you know, this happened, so that means that's gonna happen, and then now the whole day is ruined. And it's like you throw the baby out with the bathwater. You throw the baby out with the bathwater, you know? So it's just like, don't just throw out your whole day just because it was like 20 minutes were bad, right? Like, that's what I'm trying to get at, you know? So just try and look at your day as, you know, don't let what happened a few hours ago, maybe you had an argument, don't let it ruin now, right? Like the present time. And so many people, they live in the past. If you're alive, awake in the past, you're asleep and dead in the present. So be sure to follow us on Instagram, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like. I will leave our website in the description, and I will also leave the solar energy candle, which features the affirmation that I was talking about today, which is, I am in control of the energy I allow in. I keep my energy safe and radiantly glowing. Thanks so much, and peace and gratitude.